A woman in Macau once bet $400,000 on a single hand of baccarat and lost it in under 10 seconds. The casino didn't blink. In fact, they were counting on it. That's the strange secret at the heart of this entire industry. Casinos aren't gambling. You are. And the business model behind that one uncomfortable fact is worth billions of dollars a year. Building one of these places isn't cheap. A modest regional casino runs $50 to $100 million before it even opens its doors. The giants on the Las Vegas Strip, the ones with fountains, indoor gardens, and towers full of suites, can cost more than $2 billion to construct. Add a gaming license on top of that, which in some states takes years of background checks and tens of millions of dollars just to secure, and you start to wonder how anyone breaks even, let alone gets rich. But here's the part almost nobody understands going in. A casino isn't really selling games. It's selling a mathematical certainty disguised as chance. And that certainty is going to matter a lot by the end of this story. Walk onto any casino floor and every game you see, roulette, blackjack, the slot machines humming in the corner, is quietly tilted in the house's favor. Take roulette. An American wheel has 38 numbers, but the payouts are calculated as if there were only 36. That gap hands the casino an edge of about 5.3% on every single bet. Doesn't sound like much, but run that edge across a single table for one night, and the casino is mathematically guaranteed to come out ahead, even if a handful of players walk away winners. Slot machines push this idea even further, though the numbers shift depending on the state, the machine, and the size of the bet. Most are legally set to pay back somewhere between 85 and 98 cents for every dollar played, but only across tens of thousands of spins, not any single one. Over one night, a machine can absolutely bankrupt itself paying out a jackpot. Over 1 year, across hundreds of machines running around the clock, that math almost never fails. This is why a casino doesn't need you to lose tonight. It just needs you to keep coming back. And getting you to keep coming back is where the real engineering begins. Notice something next time you're inside one of these buildings. No clocks, rarely a window. The lighting looks the same at 2 in the afternoon as it does at 4 in the morning. That's not an accident. It's disorientation by design, built so you lose track of how long you've actually been sitting there. Try walking in a straight line from the entrance to the elevators sometime. You can't. Every path winds past slot machines, gaming tables, a bar you didn't plan on stopping at. Architects call it the pleasure pathway, and it's built for one purpose: make leaving harder than staying. All of that psychology feeds directly into where the money actually comes from, and it's not where most people assume. On the Las Vegas Strip, gaming revenue, the slots and the tables, typically brings in less than half of total earnings in a given year. The other half comes from hotel rooms, restaurants, nightclubs, and shows. A single nightclub inside a resort can pull in over $100 million a year just from bottle service. Increasingly, the games on the floor aren't the business. They're the hook that gets you to spend on everything else. Then there are the whales. And this is where the numbers stop sounding like a business and start sounding like a heist in reverse. A whale is a gambler willing to risk hundreds of thousands of dollars in a single night. Casinos will fly them in on private jets, hand them a penthouse suite, and comp every meal and drink, completely free. That sounds like generosity until you see the math behind it. If a casino expects a high roller to lose an average of a few $100,000 over one weekend, spending $50,000 pampering them isn't a gift. It's an investment with better odds than anything on the casino floor itself. But whales cut both ways, and this is the part casinos don't advertise. Sometimes they win. A single unlucky night against the right high roller can cost a casino millions of dollars, and no amount of mathematical edge protects against a bad run of cards at the wrong table. Layer on top of that the constant weight of regulation, inspectors, licensing boards, anti-money laundering laws watching every transaction, and you start to see cracks in what looked like a guaranteed money machine. Those cracks turned into a collapse in Atlantic City. Through the 2000s, casino after casino went up along the boardwalk, each one betting that the East Coast could support a second Las Vegas. Then the 2008 financial crisis hit. Competition from nearby states exploded, and within a few years, several of those properties, including ones tied to Donald Trump's casino empire, filed for bankruptcy. Buildings that cost hundreds of millions of dollars to construct sat half empty, still burning cash every single day the lights stayed on. So who actually wins? Rarely the individual gambler. The math simply isn't built for you two. Not even every operator, as Atlantic City proved the hard way. The winners are the ones who understood from day one that they weren't in the business of chance. They were in the business of engineering hope. One free drink and one flashing light at a time, and charging you for the privilege of chasing it.